Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a requested video all about grapefruit perfumes and pomelo perfumes. If you're new here, then welcome. We are all about perfumes here. I have hundreds of other perfume videos, so do check them out if you haven't already, and subscribe if you are new here or perhaps not so new here but haven't got around to subscribing yet. I'd love to have you here. So let's talk about grapefruit. So grapefruit, of course, is in the citrus family and is, I think, originally from the Caribbean, and there is also a pomelo fruit, which people sometimes think is the same thing as grapefruit. They are two separate fruits but very similar. And of course the smell of grapefruit, it is that fresh zestiness, but then a little bit of bitterness in it, kind of like a bitter orange, and a little bit of sort of sour sweetness, which I find makes it very fresh and uplifting. And you know, it's hard to not like a grapefruit perfume in my opinion, because they're just so zesty and fresh, and I love that type of thing in a perfume. So let's get into the fragrances. So the one that inspired me to make this video is, you guys will have seen I just went to the Atelier Cologne shop here in London. Came away with lots of different things to try, one of them being the Pomelo Paradis, this which is their orangey, I guess it's like a pink grapefruit coloured perfume. I have it here in a 4ml, I think. And it just, to me, this smells like grapefruit. It smells like grapefruit rind. It's really nice. And I just think, like with all of these Atelier colognes, you know, because they're a cologne, they're a lighter than an eau de toilette, you could just spray this all over you on a hot summer's day and you'd get this lovely grapefruit zingy freshness. This one actually does have some orange in and some orange blossom as well, which works really well with the grapefruit. And I think they've also put mint in this as well, which makes it even fresher. But then some undertones of like a little bit of rose and amber to help it last. But overall, I'm just finding this really zesty, and it's almost edible, you know, it's almost gourmand with that sort of, you feel like you're biting into a grapefruit on the beach. Sorry, that's my washing machine taking off into space, it sounds like. So next, one you might not have realised, is Chanel's Chance Au Tendre. So this is a fresher one in the 4 different Chanel Chances, and this is grapefruit and quince as well. So it's very light, very fresh. It has these floral undertones. It's got some like hyacinth and violets in there, I think, and then it has the musky base that's recognisable for all the Chanel Chances. But predominantly what you get is this very fresh, uplifting, very light grapefruit and quince. And Chanel Chance is an interesting one. They are all lovely smells, but with the exception of the original Eau de Parfum, I don't find them particularly good for lasting. And because they are so expensive, like £100, over £100, I don't recommend them that often because I don't think they're great value for money. So if you do want a grapefruit perfume and you love Chanel, then this is the one for you. If you're not bothered about the Chanel logo and branding, then I'd say some of the other ones in this list are better value for money for grapefruit. Until I smelled the Atelier Cologne Pomelo, the fragrance that came to mind first for me when I think of grapefruit perfumes is Lacoste Joy of Pink. Now, I always used to spray this on myself during the summer months because it literally is like a pure citrusy grapefruit, but it's not lemony or limey. It is like a proper grapefruit, and grapefruit, it kind of feels a bit fruitier. They also have peony in this one, which, you know, I really love as well. So grapefruit and peony, just very fresh, very uplifting. Really rate this one as like a fun, you know, and I guess Lacoste is a sporty brand, so you could sort of wear this after you've been out playing sports. Maybe you just had a shower and it would just sort of freshen you up, or wear it as you're going out to play tennis or whatever you do in the world of Lacoste. So definitely one that's really nice for just fun, carefree. It's quite a young brand. I think these Joy of, there's like Joy of all different things in the range. I think they're aimed at a sort of young teenager, but of course you can wear them at any age. But the bottle and everything is fun and smells really grapefruity. One that is perhaps a bit more of a sophisticated grapefruit smell is from L'Occitane, their Pamplemousse Rhubarb. Pamplemousse, I think, is the French word for grapefruit. So this one, of course, has pamplemousse and rhubarb. So rhubarb is fruity, but a little bit warmer. And then they've got a warm woody note, a warm musky note, and also a little bit of lavender, of course. This is L'Occitane, so you have to have lavender in there, that famous South France smell. And I like this. I think it's really classy. It's uplifting, it's summery, it's grapefruit, but then it has these sophisticated undertones, so it feels very much like, you know, a perfume as opposed to just spraying a load of grapefruit air freshener on you or something. Like, it does feel like a perfume. And you know, these L'Occitane fragrances always take me back to the south of France, where it just smells amazing. It is the ultimate perfume heaven there. If you've never been, then definitely add it to your bucket list. The moment you get there, the moment I took a train there, the moment you open the door on the train, it's like you just get this smell of like lavender and herbs and outside. And it was in sort of August time I went, so it was really warm and it's just amazing there. Really beautiful. As always, we can count on Guerlain to have a citrus one in their Aqua Allegoria range, which has all different citrusy green notes. So their pamplemousse is, of course, grapefruit, but then, like many in this range, it has these very green, grassy undertones. They've got neroli, cassis, petitgrain, plenty of patchouli. So even though this is grapefruit and initially is grapefruit, has a lot of these other greener, more, I don't know what the word is really, but it doesn't smell minty, but it almost has a mintiness to it, and the cassis really comes through. There's also a little bit of vanilla as well, so if you like that sort of freshly mown grass, that green feeling, and you're looking for a grapefruit perfume, then this is like a green grapefruit. Next on my list is Jo by Jo Loves, her signature scent. For those of you that don't know, Jo Loves is the brand which Jo Malone runs now, having sold Jo Malone London to Estee Lauder many years ago. I believe the sort of story is, well, she sold Jo Malone London because she was diagnosed with breast cancer, I think. So obviously she wasn't thinking about work and offloaded the business. And then sort of after she came through that and sort of got the all clear, I think she went on holiday to the Caribbean and sat on a beach and had a pomelo for breakfast. And apparently it's that moment of sort of I guess survival and appreciating like being alive and on a beautiful beach, eating amazing food, amazing smells. Of course, she's into her smells. That's what inspired her to make her new fragrance brand, and the signature like hero scent, Jo by Jo Loves. So this smell is like taking you to that place where she was. So it is grapefruit, it is lime. It also has bitter orange in as well, which I love, and some minty freshness. It's very fresh. But now, because I know the story, every time I spray this, I think of, you know, that Caribbean moment and how positive and uplifted she must have felt, and what a positive and uplifting fragrance grapefruit is, which is why I really love it. And the shop here, if you're ever in London, is so cool. It's in Belgravia. It smells amazing even just to walk by. At the moment, they're promoting a lot of their rose perfumes. It smells like roses outside, but often it smells like this. It smells like grapefruit, this signature smell. So yeah, I love it. It's my favorite from her range, I think. Moving on, Rituals has their Sugar Love. This is a very fresh grapefruit. I think it has some floral undertones, but it's essentially a grapefruit spray, body spray, very sort of light-hearted and fun. It comes in this really cool hot pink packaging, very nice. A lovely fruity grapefruit is Victoria's Secret's Bombshell Summer Edition. So here they have blackcurrant with grapefruit. This is definitely one of my favorite grapefruit perfumes. I love blackcurrant. Let me know if you want a blackcurrant video, by the way. It has some Lily of the Valley in, which I'm less keen on as a fragrance note, but overall it comes across very fruity, very fresh, whereas original Bombshell is like a heady, sweet passion fruit. This is a lighter grapefruit, fruity, you know, tropical holiday vibes, the kind of fragrance you would take on a girl's holiday and wear there, or, you know, sort of very sort of spring break smell, I guess. Hermes have their Eau de Pamplemousse Rose. This is a orangey grapefruit with rosin, as you'd expect, from their sort of range that is very citrusy. They can also be relied on to produce one of every citrus note, and Pamplemousse grapefruit no exception, so something a little bit classier. The rose, of course, is a very sophisticated smell, so you're getting the fresh grapefruit but still the rose undertones. I don't find this one particularly amazing for lasting, but you're not really going to get that from any grapefruit perfume really, because it's so fresh. Maybe one day when I have my own fragrance brand, I will make a long-lasting grapefruit perfume. Until that day comes, we have to make do with what's available. Onto a very fresh aquatic note. The Ralph Lauren Big Pony range, their #1, the blue one, is a grapefruit note, but mixed with lotus flower. So it has that fresh aquatic watery grapefruit zinginess. This is very fresh, again, almost sporty, you know, that fresh uplifting smell as you'd expect from Ralph Lauren. It has that sporty element. I find these 4 really cool. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Big Pony range, and they're all very different, like different personalities, like 4 sisters that are all different. But yeah, this is the fresh zingy grapefruit one. And if you haven't seen the Thierry Mugler range of Mugler colognes that come in these sort of tall bottles, very bright, vivid colours, very beautiful, they have a grapefruit one that's Fly Away is the grapefruit one, but this is mixed with cannabis smell. So even though this is a fresh grapefruit, it does have quite a strong, almost smoky greenness underneath, and a sort of herbal element to it as well, as you would expect. So if you love that type of thing, then try this one for a grapefruit and cannabis smell. And then lastly, of course, we have the good old Body Shop with their pink grapefruit range. I used to have the body cream of this, used to love it. They have an eau de toilette, they have obviously all their normal products. I used to have the, in fact I might still have it somewhere, the lip balm of it as well, very refreshing for summer. So yeah, I can't forget the Body Shop for an affordable way of getting these citrusy and other fruity notes. So that's it, guys. I hope you found this video helpful, useful. Do keep letting me know your requests and what other videos you'd like me to make. I love reading your comments, and I do try and do as many as your requests as I can, but thank you so much. As always, products will be linked down below, and do subscribe if you're not already. And that's it, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.